In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the coolant tank on this Chevy Equinox. Let's get started. From underneath the vehicle, you'll see two 7mm screws that hold the fender liner onto the front bumper. Remove both of these. You can pull the fender liner, unclip it from the bumper cover. It should pull away. On the passenger side of the radiator, you'll find the drain plug here. I have a piece of hose that fits right over the petcock, and that is because I don't want it to shoot straight back and onto the frame and splash everywhere. But I'm going to direct this into my collection bucket so I can cleanly drain this with minimal mess. Turn this counterclockwise to unthread it. Don't pull this all the way out because coolant will start shooting straight out of it. But at this point, there is coolant coming out of my hose, so I'm just going to let this drain. To speed up the process and allow air to enter the system while it's being drained, remove the overflow bottle cap. There we go. You'll hear the coolant coming out quite a bit faster, and now just let it drain. Once the radiator is done draining, close it off. That way it stops dripping. And if you had a hose installed here, remove it. Make sure you line up the fender liner and put in the two mounting screws. Use some pliers and move this hose clamp back on the hose so you can remove the hose from the coolant tank. And now you can break the hose free by spinning it with the pliers just a little bit, very gently, and pull it away. With that hose removed, take the two 10mm mounting nuts off. The lower hose for this reservoir, you'll have to pull this up and out of the way, and you can see the hose clamp right there. If you have some needle nose pliers, you can get to it. You'll need some long reach ones, and squeeze the clamp and push it down. Once the clamp is off of the hose where it goes onto the tank, give this a couple twists. It's most likely going to be stuck, and watch out if any coolant drips out. Pull the tank up, and there it is. Bring the coolant tank in, and we're going to have to connect that lower hose first. So stick your hand down there, hold that hose and press it onto the tank. You want to make sure that hose is bottomed out up against the tank. If it's not, that's not going to seal up, it's going to have a leak. And then with those same pliers that you used earlier, you're going to want to bring the hose clamp back up and try to seat it about where it was before. That's going to create the best seal possible. Reinstall the two mounting bolts, and let's snug them up. The torque for these is 80 inch-pounds. If you're unable to torque them, about 1/8 of a turn after it bottoms out is plenty tight. Reinstall this upper hose. Make sure it's bottomed out, and bring the clamp over. There we go. It's time to fill up the cooling system. I have this funnel set up here that's going to prevent me from spilling everywhere. Right before the bottom of the tank meets the top half of the tank, you'll see where the cold fill line is. That's basically the full mark for the cooling system. So because of that, I'm not going to put coolant in this funnel and leave it full like on a system where I fill through the radiator, because I don't want this tank to be overfilled. I'm just going to use this as a funnel to prevent spilling, and I'm going to let the tank do the bleeding. And now just take the manufacturer specified coolant and fill it up. I took the funnel off just so that the coolant tank isn't overfilled. I'm going to run the engine now and let the water pump circulate the coolant through the system, push all the air out. As it warms up, the thermostat will open up as well, causing more flow and therefore bleeding it a lot better. So you just want to let it warm up. Pay attention to that temperature gauge. Make sure it doesn't spike. Make sure it doesn't overheat on you. Have the heat set to high, so the highest possible heat setting. With the blower on low, you don't want to cool down the coolant. You just want to feel for heat in the heater core. Make sure it's full of coolant. And after a while, you should see no more air bubbles, and the level in the coolant tank should settle to one particular height, and at that point you either top it off or remove some if it's either too low or too high, and that's it. Once you're done, cap this off. Make sure you tighten it until it bottoms out completely. And there you have it. Job is done. Take it for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.